So of course, one of the things you want to make sure you do is you have Fable on and you have it on high, because this is the default. Unless you're going to be doing agentic work, this model should only be used if you have super ambitious work that needs to be done. Fable is one of the most powerful models in the world right now, and most people might just enable this because they believe that this is the newer model that you should be using. It's important to know that this model is not a model that is for everyday usage. This is okay, I have a really specific task that is one of a kind and is super challenging. Let me give this to the most capable model. Otherwise, you are going to be better off using Opus 4.8, because Fable 5 actually has some very interesting quirks, which I'll get into now, that most beginners will miss. And of course, the problem is that if you don't realize those quirks beforehand, you're going to have to use the other models anyways. So one of the most annoying things about Fable 5 is that, like I said, this isn't a model that you're supposed to talk to all the time. So what you're going to encounter is chat paused many different times when interacting with this model. Now, why does this occur? Well, Fable 5 has safety measures that flag messages on most cybersecurity or biology topics. They may flag for safe and normal content as well, and those measures let Anthropic bring you that capability while they still work to ensure they can filter out what is actually dangerous versus what is not. So you may actually see chat paused for several different conversations when interacting with Fable 5, and it will get tricked off for certain topics, which I'll teach you about right now, that you should just completely avoid, and don't even bother trying to prompt Fable 5 with those, because it is very, very sensitive. So essentially what will happen is if you are asking certain questions about biology, chemistry, cybersecurity, or distillation, or how to build a large language model, Fable 5 essentially immediately does a fallback to Opus 4.8. So when you ask about these questions, usually it will literally just automatically hand off your question to Opus 4.8. This is because those topics are strictly off limits, and in some cases, it may even flag mathematics as a restricted subject. Now, this will happen in less than 5% of sessions, and 95% of the time you will get the full Fable 5. But for now, most biology/chemistry questions will fall back automatically. So if you are in a session with Fable 5 and you wonder why you keep getting fallbacks and it says edit and retry with Fable 5 and it's switched to Opus 4.8, now you know why. Any topic connected to those is going to cause you some issues very early on, and most people are unaware of this. So if you do have any topics or questions about mathematics, biology, or chemistry, it makes sense just to go ahead with Opus 4.8, because you're going to have no luck with Fable 5. Now, another thing that's also rather interesting that Anthropic didn't publicly disclose is that there will be some secret safeguards with the model that is Fable 5. And these secret safeguards aren't really public, they were in the PDF research paper. So, what there is a silent limiter, and this is where you need to pay attention. Claude Fable 5 may not give you its full strength when you use it to build or improve frontier models, especially on work that helps train, scale, copy, or deploy optimize powerful GPT level models. Anthropic says in those cases, Fable 5 may not visibly refuse or switch models like what I spoke about just in the earlier sections, but what it will do, and this is pretty crazy, is they may quietly reduce its own effectiveness through hidden safeguards like prompt modification, steering vectors, or PFT. And as a paying user, this matters to you a lot. The model can still sound helpful while being intentionally less capable in narrow but important categories of work. For example, you're not going to get Fable 5's best ability while building a large language model pre-training data pipeline, designing data pipelines for training a frontier LLM, planning distributed training runs across huge GPU clusters, and many other things of that nature. Now, for the average user, you're probably not going to encounter those scenarios, but it is important to understand that in those specific scenarios where there's going to be some serious work going on, the model is going to secretly tone down its capabilities, which is worthwhile noting. Now, another thing you need to know is the pricing and how you can actually access the model, because that will be changing. So by the time you're watching this video, the way how you'll actually access Fable 5 will change. You'll actually access it from usage credits. And so if you go into your settings and you scroll down to usage, if you actually want to get usage credits, what you can do is essentially just buy usage credits here. What you can actually do is by clicking buying usage credits here, this is where you're going to have your balance for your future usage for Fable 5. Now, this is useful whenever you run out of, usage for Claude anyways, but this is something that you will have to do in the future as Fable 5 will no longer be on the Pro plans. It is only going to be available for a short amount of time. So if you do see Fable 5 that isn't there and you need to use some usage credits, you can simply just purchase some right here and leave auto reload on. Although I would be a little bit careful about doing that because Claude can burn through your usage limits pretty crazily. Always make sure that you adjust your limit right here, so that way you can only spend a certain amount every single month. I'd probably set this to whatever budget you're comfortable with. Now, if you're wondering how much more usage this is going to actually use, it's actually probably going to be double the Opus 4.8 usage. So if you right now use Opus 4.8 and you think that this model is pretty expensive, Fable 5 is almost double the usage credits that Opus 4.8 is. So it's important to understand this before you run off and start vibe coding with Fable 5, because once again, this is a model that thinks longer, it thinks harder, and it double checks its work before outputting, meaning that there's going to be even more tokens. So it is twice as costly as Opus 4.8. So when you run into those usage limits, it's important to know those beforehand so you don't run out of your usage limits as quickly as you do before. Another thing to know is that Fable 5 actually has strong vision. On the GDP PDF, which is a multimodal benchmark, it's essentially state-of-the-art at reading charts, tables, and diagrams buried in PDFs, and it has done many different things. So if you're wondering, do I use Fable 5 when it comes to multimodal capabilities, or do I stick to the Gemini series? It would be wise to move over to Claude Fable 5, since it is currently the best model with vision. And in addition, on other benchmarks like the Blueprint benchmark, Claude Fable 5 is state-of-the-art. One of the key things about Fable 5 is the strong vision capabilities, and most people will miss this because it was buried in the PDF. So it's important to know that when you're using the model, of course, often you're told to add your files or instructions, which are essentially markdown files, which is of course the very best way. But even now, if you want to input some PDFs, you can do so, knowing full well that Fable 5 will be able to analyze them and give you a decent output. And so that is why I would say if you're using vision capabilities, whilst Fable 5 is expensive, if you want accuracy over everything, Fable 5 is going to give you just exactly that. There's one other thing that I didn't see anyone else talking about, and that is the fact that to ensure they're responsibly deploying Mythos level models, Anthropic are requiring limited data retention and review as part of their safety work. Prompts submitted to and outputs generated by Fable 5 are going to be retained for 30 days for trust and safety purposes on every platform where those models are offered. So if you're using this in a sensitive organization, you have to understand that right now, all of that data is going to be going to Anthropic, and they're going to keep that data for at least 30 days. They may change this in the future, but as of right now, if you are going to use the model, do not submit sensitive data to that because they are likely to keep that data for 30 days as part of their privacy settings. So that is something super important for those of you guys in those sensitive fields where you can't share certain pieces of work.